morning. Rainy day today. Okay, so somebody wrote to me and asked me to ask you a question about power of attorney. And I think that they were referring to when you have power of attorney for someone that's sick, and then when they die, and what happens. Like, do you need one power of attorney? Do you need multiple power of attorneys? I don't really even know what power of attorney is.
So generally you draft the power of attorney when you're doing your will and estate planning. And I'm not an attorney, so right out of the gate I'm looking at this. Well, this is just me helping people through this process that I become knowledgeable about this. So power of attorney just means that you could sign somebody else's name legally on a legally binding contract. So it gets taken care of in the will and trust planning process. You should have a will and a medical directive. The two main basic things that you need to have. The third key document that you need is a power of attorney. So the will just basically says, okay, this is what happens. This is what I want to have happen with my assets and liabilities and things when I die. So in most states throughout the United States, the spouse, a married spouse, automatically gets sort of a pass and is able to take care of things with the spouse. Now, there's something that I want to do.
Do you need power of attorney from your husband, that you have power of attorney over them and they have power of attorney over you?
While you're alive,
yeah.
The document that says that you could sign my name in my stead on any legal document, banking document, financial document, is called power of attorney. So let's just start from the very basic. You need a will, first of all, because you want to eliminate probate. Probate, after you die, you can't sign your name. So if the assets need to be discovered and figured out, to eliminate probate, the will basically says, this is who I want in charge and has control. And that's what the will is. The medical directive, because of different states' varying laws, and again, I'm not an attorney, so this is just my knowledge of this financial planning, basically says that if I get sick, this is what I want to have happen, and this is who can sign for me, and who can pull the plug, and there's do not resuscitate orders and things like that. Because each state, in the lack of these documents, gets to decide. And the last thing you want to have to do is to have somebody else decide about the people that you love.
So how old should you be when you start getting these forms filled out?
The minute, my personal tipping point for this thing is when you have children. If you've got kids and any level of assets, not just because it's money involved,
but what about if you don't have kids?
Still need to do this.
So like what age?
But that's it should be done when you're in your 40s. Most people don't get to it until their 40s, 50s, and 60s because people like me make them do it. Financial guys make them do it.
Why don't you do it in your 20s if you have kids?
You should. That's what I'm saying. The tipping point should be to have children.
So the minute that you have children, or you think you're having children, it's time to start the legal documents.
The real answer of this is the minute you get responsible, whether you buy property, maybe you're like your kids and my kids buying properties in their 20s. The minute you start taking responsibility of your own life is when you should have these documents.
So
that's the real answer.
So it's never too early after 18.
Never too early after 18. So, once you become majority of age, you become, in this litigious society, subject to all kinds of crazy laws. In different states, California's got crazy laws about laws. New Jersey's not that great either. New York is not that great either. But just to go back to the piece of tying this all together as a part of the process, a power of attorney is basically the ability for somebody else to sign your name. There's two basic types of power of attorneys. There's something called a springing power of attorney, which has basically some incident and or event that kicks the power of attorney into gear. Mental or physical incapacitation, some sort of whatever the situation could be. Some sort of event-driven power of attorney says, okay, if this happens, then this person can sign my name. A general power of attorney basically says that this person can sign my name. Spouses do it for each other all the time on banking documents. I have a habit of have kids doing it for their parents, and we put the power of attorneys in safety deposit boxes just in case we need to open it, and God forbid something happens. So we do our own sort of spring event that we get to decide upon instead of having to plan for it. So again, three basic documents: the will, the medical directive, and the power of attorney. Very critical documents that need to be done.
Can you do it online?
Not a good idea. Can you do it online? Yeah.
Well, everything is like online.
You can do it online, but this is pretty important and is worth a couple of dollars to go and get some real responsible
So
advice.
do you have to go to an attorney? Could you go to the bank? Who do you get power of attorney from?
An attorney should draft these documents. Somebody's got to know something. You can go online and do one, but power of attorneys are questions quite often when they're done on, I'm not saying quite often. Again, I'm not an attorney, so I can't really say, but the reality is this is really important stuff. If you had to pull a tooth, or get an eye, you're not going to do it yourself. Back in the day, they used to do it themselves. Everybody was DIY people. Nowadays, we live in a society that requires this level of responsibility when it comes to taking care of yourself and your family. That's just my personal opinion about money and about legal assets and law. It's just really important. You can't, this is someplace not to be.
A serious cup of coffee.
Don't be penny wise, pound foolish when it comes to your family.
Just remember, when you're in your 20s, it's not too early. As soon as you get responsible, a will, a directive.
Some people are irresponsible. A will, medical directive, and power of attorney, the basic 3 key documents I need.
A serious cup of coffee. We'll see you soon.
We can answer questions.
Have a great day. If you have questions, all right, this was a question. So if you have questions, just write to us. We'll answer your questions next time. That's how we got this question. If you have any financial questions, we'll answer them when we have serious cups of coffee. We'll see you soon. Bye.